So here's the foundation to success in transforming limiting beliefs, is recognizing that in any given moment, we are either at cause or we are in effect. Foundation 101 to transforming limiting beliefs into inspired action is to be on the cause side of the equation. In any given moment, we are either on this side of the equation or this side of the equation, and there's no in between. When someone is on the effect side of the equation, I bring out my red flags. And I wave them real fast. Why? Because when someone is on the effect side of the equation, what they're doing is they are blaming. They are pointing the finger. They are minimizing. It's not that bad. They're denying. I didn't do that. That didn't happen. They're justifying. Well, the reason I did it is because I didn't have another choice. Blaming, minimizing, denying, justifying, trying to look good, trying to not look bad. These are examples of being on the effect side of the equation. You cannot live your best life, fulfill your highest goals and dreams, live the life you're destined to live on this side of the equation. It's not possible. But here's the awesome news. The moment you realize you're on the effect side of the equation, you've come back to cause. There's people that are on the effect side of the equation that think it's about everybody else being the problem. They're like anchored in effect without being aware of it. That's why awareness is the first key to transformation. So repeat after me. I create my experience of reality. I am empowered to choose. I choose wisely. Repeat after me, everybody. I choose wisely. I choose in alignment with my highest self. So being at cause means I'm taking ownership for whatever's showing up. Whether it's working, whether it's not working, the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? We're going to take ownership for all of it because you recognize I am empowered to choose. The choice you make as soon as this class is over is going to influence your next choice. And that choice will influence the next choice. Who's excited about having greater choice in business, greater choice in opportunity, greater choice in where you invest your time, your energy, your focus, your resources? Jaheen, that's what you're talking about, right? An opportunity with greater choice. So first it begins with recognizing I am at cause. Can we all be a thumbs up and go, I'm taking ownership for everything that's showing up in my bank account, in my body, in my health and vitality, in my relationships, whatever it is, I'm response-able, which means I'm able to respond. Got it? And now, as we're getting clear on the old belief and then the new empowering belief, I'm going to invite you, before you decide the new empowering belief, I'm going to invite you to really consider your standards. What standards have you had in the past for money? What standards have you had for your physical body? What standards have you had for your intimate relationships, closest relationships? We will always live up to our minimum standard. One of the most profound conversations I had with Tony Robbins when I was 19 years old changed my life because I was like, what's the one thing I could do that would change everything? I was asking him and he said to me very intensely, he's like, raise your standards. I was like, I'm 19. But that stuck with me for many years because we have a standard that is often unconscious. We don't even realize we have that standard. Sometimes that standard is a coping mechanism. Someone's been hurt so much before in the past, they just lower their standard without consciously realizing it to cope, to not ever be so hurt again. So as we get clear with these beliefs, I'm going to challenge you to raise the standard of what's possible. I'm going to challenge you to stretch. So these beliefs, limiting beliefs, they can be about yourself. They can be about money. They can be about people. They can be about love. They can be about the world. They can be about what's possible. They can be about anything. And how are they formed? I could do an entire segment of revealing to you the origin of limiting beliefs. I will give you this teaching because I want to get to the technical transformational experience of it though, but I do want you to intellectually have the awareness that often limiting beliefs are formed in the imprinting stages of childhood, like before the age of 6. Often limiting beliefs are born of a significant emotional event, a traumatic event in the mind or experience of a child. And in the presence of that traumatic event, a belief is formed and a decision is made. And these beliefs and decisions go together. Like sometimes a person at a young age makes a decision to hide or to not try so hard or to hold back. or to not shine. These are born from, who can even relate to it as I'm starting to talk about it, experiences from the past that caused us to shrink down. So the awesome news is this: there is a learning buried within that experience. There's a new learning, a new realization, a new awareness that once you become present to it, that old pattern dissolves in light of learning. And then limiting beliefs can also come from societal conditioning. How many of you come from a culture where there were cultural beliefs about what you could or could not do for whatever reason? I had a lot of cultural beliefs about what girls could not do. Boys can do that, but not girls. I was like a little girl going, oh yeah, says who? Right? According to whom? Now, one thing I'm going to invite you, okay, as you start getting clear on the new empowering belief, realize that we're creating this by design. So be very mindful. Integrate an empowering belief that gives you greater choice, that gives you greater ease. Would that be cool? Gives you greater grace. Because here's the thing, like, we could have a belief that I'm independent and I can do it all myself, and that's great. And if you had someone who's amazing and loving and supportive that comes into your life and wants to do certain things for you, would that be okay?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Okay, so you just want to be mindful, because sometimes we might think that we want an empowering belief, but that empowering belief that we're declaring may have an unconscious fear attached to it that we're not yet aware of, that may be blocking grace from coming into our lives. And maybe blocking flow. Who can relate to what I'm saying there? Who can relate to that sometimes, that we think something is better, but it's like the subconscious mind's tricky way of keeping us protected. The subconscious mind's tricky way of keeping us safe. That's why I'm going to invite you to, let's pick them one at a time, and then really tune in. As you pick the empowering belief, ask yourself, is this the best belief I can have, or is there another level to it? And I'll walk you through it step by step.
SIIA is the next step. Take the next step.